Hoojies Garage. I'm about to make a bit of a road trip in a rather worn and old Tesla Model S. 480,000 kilometers on the odometer, whatever you call it. So it's been rolling for a while. The owner said that nothing can go wrong on an electric car. Well, let's see how this thing goes. Just listen. Now the windshield wipers, they were kind of crappy, so I put on some repellent on the windscreen. That's way better. By the way, here we have Oscar Magnusson's The Grinding Place. He's singing in that group, Sven-Ingvars. So stopping at the first supercharger, but nothing popped up regarding any preheating or preconditioning. So right now I am only getting 36 kilowatts. That's ridiculous. The owner said that he had seen 115. Let's see what will happen. Well, now I found the button on the wire, so of course I managed to unplug it and I plugged it in again. And it's better than 36, but it's still just 60 kilowatts. That's a bit... Well, and it says a lot of cars here, but I don't know. It's kind of half full only. Not very quick. It was just over 60 kilowatts for a little while, but well, now we're done. We are ready to go to the next supercharger. All right. Time to supercharge again, but okay, nothing happens. Crap. Next little problem is that the frunk is not waterproof. There's water here, and this bag is crappy. This one is watertight, so that's good. That one is fine. Well, getting old this car is. So, I've been eating some Asian food over there, and the car should be right now. I think 90% or even more, so it's time to stop it. Okay, so the day's trip has been quite good. We had a stop at this grinding place just to look at some art and eat a bit. Then the first charging stop didn't really work out as it should. The charging power never went over 60, just a bit over 60 kilowatts. That's all we got. So that was a bit tiring. But then the second pit stop was good. Everything worked fine. I did not get any question that second time either regarding if I should preheat the battery or something that improves the charging. But the second time everything went fine in terms of charging. We got 105, 110 kilowatts something, so that was fine. But the charge lid is a bit weird. I have to poke on it with a little plastic wedge while someone pushes the button inside the car. I don't know what's wrong, but otherwise the car is nice to drive, of course. Well, of course, maybe not of course, because it has 480 something thousand kilometers on it. But I would say that one doesn't really feel that it's a very worn car. There are weird noises from the front suspension or the front chassis, whatever it is. I don't know exactly, but it sounds, yeah, it doesn't sound like it should. But as you can see, we found a nice spot. The map is fine, and one just zooms in on something that looks interesting, something near a lake, and as you can see, we ended up really near a lake. So the bed is prepared back down the bed is prepared back there, and I hope it will be a good night's sleep. We will activate the camping mode and hope everything works well. Good morning. We've had a good night's sleep. I've just been into the lake here and had a bit of a morning swim. The car's taking a bit more power than I thought. It's down at 71%, but well, no big deal. Now we'll prepare ourselves for the next stint. Hello there. Cruising. We ended up in a little town where there's cruising tonight, so of course we're going. Even though we're not having an old American car, we're driving a new American car. This night's sleep was fine. We could sleep back there. The climate control or the climate system is a bit, or the HVAC as some call it, is a bit noisy. It makes some funny noises during the night, but it's all right. This morning we were to visit the rather, at least locally, rather famous home of Larsson, the artist or painter, maybe one could say. He's painted things like this, and like, you know, these things. We were in the house. It was a very old house, very interesting house. We were in this room, for instance. So, yeah, and this one also. So now we're going cruising. I will show you. Sen har vi en hel bunch med amerikanska bilar från Packard. Packard är ju en av de största tillverkarna idag i USA av lastbilar, och de har ju framförallt Kenworth och Pitbull som huvudmärken. Väldigt trevligt. Och kansmotor och deras sektor, det är nästan till outslitlig. Jag jämför direkt med Svanens 11 liter, så den sliter inte heller för första taget. Men just den här kombinationen och sen en fuller osylkad låda bakom, den måste växla så går det alldeles utmärkt. Och det kan... Ja, 55. Och dessutom lite extra utrustat, förutom glastaket som ett option och fanns under 3 år, så har den också lister
som också fanns på Mörkren den här tiden. Det gick faktiskt att få till om man ville ha det. Och dessutom riktigt vackert. Ja, vad ska vi mer säga? Crown Victoria, det här är ju raggarvilans raggarvil en gång i tiden. Det här är ju alla...
Så du har den på fjärrkontroll så att trycker här så vandrar han ner igen då, va?
Jag snackar om show alltså. Det här är ju fantastiskt fordon. Här har man allt på en gång.
Ja, nu har jag allting med mig. Så allting. Så att det är datastyrd barbecue-grill i gasolflaskan där så att, som då kan köra i 6 timmar, mata kol och spån, riktig grill och sen få ett sms när köttet är klart. Den är klar.
Merca 300, Audenauer eller någonting sånt där. Nej, den här är vackrast, det är bara så. Och BMW 502 innebär då att det sitter en V8 den här. BMWs V8-historia, det kan vi faktiskt hålla på att prata väldigt länge om man tar med både flygmotorer och de motorer man fick med till exempel när man köpte upp glas. Hans Glas hade med sig en som hamnade i en bil som gjorde
jag köpte bilen för 4 år sedan. Den är renoverad för över 40 år sedan. Men vi har ju renoverat den 8:e igen och den var ju ganska sliten när vi fick den. Eller så är det danskar som köpte bilen ny.
So, second night's sleep has been nice. Working out fine. 22 degrees inside and fan speed number 2. We're near a marina and near the water, so I think I will make a little morning swim here. Battery percentage was like 72 in the evening and 59 now in the morning. So here I think it's a good fire under the boiling breakfast eggs. Yes, indeed. Boiling very well. Well, nice morning. There's a beach 100 meters away. And I was there to take a morning bath. Oh yeah, 4 minutes, then the egg is done. Let's see. It's good with the big frunk. Some hard bread with butter and cheese and eggs. Good breakfast. So here we have the houses of the painter Anders Zorn. So we're sitting here supercharging the following day then in Mora. It's kind of crowded, relatively speaking. It's a small supercharging area. We have an option to try to catch a museum in Karlstad, and we should try to be there around 3. But right now we don't have power to go to Karlstad, but according to this supercharging map we should be able to do a quicker charging stop in Torsby. We will probably be able to charge twice as quick. Well, is there a risk of ending up in a queue in Torsby? Good question. I think not. There seems to be 10 spots ready right now. You never know when one arrives, but we'll give this a go. So let's see here. So we'll kind of start at 12. Let's see if we make it to Karlstad until 3 o'clock. We will give it a go. Almost empty, just an e-tron here. So we should get a lot of power now, I think. But there's lots of other cars here also, and they're parking a bit like they do. Well, time for some food. We found salad in the supermarket. So we're approaching the trailer, and the acceleration of this car is quite brisk, of course. Charging stop number 7, I think it is now, and we have, what is it? Yeah, it's getting up in power again. This one was a bit different. I have to use the adapter here because all the chargers here are new and they are with the single cable option only. So, but with the CCS adapter everything works fine. Now the fan noise that you can hear now does not come from any of the 2 nearest cars, it comes from the car that I'm using. Very weird, must be something fishy with the cooling system on that car. Yeah, as you can hear, the fans are blowing. I haven't heard a single Tesla during this trip that uses so much fan power to cool down something. It's a bit weird. We're approaching the end of this last supercharging stop. It's a little 6-stall thing where it was almost full just some minutes ago. It was 5 Teslas here, but we haven't encountered any queues yet. Now as we're getting up to almost 90%, it's 30 kilowatts, yeah. Any pros and cons with this old car? I mean, it's done well over 480,000 kilometers, so it's of course a bit worn. The front suspension again sounds really weird when you're driving, well, kind of maneuvering at in parking. I'm also a bit annoyed by the radio. If you turn it on and off, it's like it's buffering, and it doesn't, it looks like it's doing some kind of internet radio instead of normal radio waves. And then sometimes you turn something off for some minutes, you want to listen to something or talk to someone in the phone, and then you turn it on again, and then suddenly it's 5-6 minutes ago. Well, yeah, it's something that passed 5-6 minutes ago, and then suddenly it swaps, and I can't really choose stations. Maybe it's just me that's a bit off in this modern world. Otherwise, the car feels, I mean, stalks and, well, those switches that are here, and steering and door handles and stuff. Okay, yeah. The right front door handle on the outside, it doesn't open the car from the outside. You have to reach over to open it from the inside. But the quality feeling of those things, I would say, is surprisingly good for it being a 480,000 kilometer car. It is fairly good on the road. It's not really perfect in the way that it moves, but it's quite good and way better than considering the mileage. Then yeah, we've been sleeping a couple of nights back in the trunk, and yeah, you know, where it's at its narrowest, it's just 98. Maybe I should show like that. It's like kind of 97 centimeters. So with 2 persons it's a bit tight, but it widens up here, so if you sleep a bit inclined and have your feet almost touching, then yeah, we've been able to sleep full nights without waking up every now and then. The climate control makes some funny noises, so it's a bit disturbing. And again, if that's related to anything warm, because, you know, the fans are blowing right now in a very weird manner, I don't know. But it's been a very enjoyable holiday car, I must say. Good car for a vacation. The large frunk is good. It's a kind of a weird car. It's a model S90. It's not a 90D, it's an S90, and I think it's never been made like that, so it's been converted by Tesla under warranty. The original battery must have failed at some point during its life, and then they put in a 90 kilowatt hour battery, and they've reprogrammed it so everything says 90 here. But I don't think that this kind of a car was ever made like this. So yeah, the big frunk is a bit of a plus. Of course, if I would drive a car, or if I would have a car like this and I would drive it all year round, of course four-wheel drive is nice to have when it's winter and slippery and it's a heavy car that you have to take uphill at some point in time, or in some conditions. But during a vacation, this two-wheel drive is fine, absolutely fine. So yeah, I can recommend it. And that's all from Hoojies Garage today. Take care. Charging is full.